Welcome to Ramchandra's microbiology classroom. Today I want to discuss about diagnosis of bacterial diseases, identification of bacterial pathogens, second part. Serological tests are used for diagnosis of infectious diseases caused by the bacteria. About 5 to 10 ml of blood is collected from the suspected patient aseptically in a sterile container and allowed to clot. After half an hour, serum is separated by centrifugation. If the individual is suffering to bacterial infection, antibodies are produced against the bacterial pathogen, or antigens may be present in the serum. These antigen or antibody against the pathogen are detected by using the serological test. Various serological tests which are used for diagnosis of bacterial diseases are Vidal test used for diagnosis of enteric fever, typhoid and paratyphoid diseases, VDRL test used for diagnosis of syphilis caused by Treponema pallidum, and various latex agglutination test used for diagnosis of various bacterial diseases, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay ELISA, and Western blot and other methods. VDRL test is used for diagnosis of syphilis disease caused by Treponema pallidum spirochete. Venereal disease research laboratory test is done by two methods: qualitative slide test and quantitative test. Quantitative test is carried on VDRL slide having concavities or depressions. Qualitative test on a VDRL slide or VDRL card, the test serum is mixed with cardiolipin antigen. Negative control is set up by placing a drop of saline and mixing it with cardiolipin antigen. Then the slide is rotated for 4 minutes. Clumping indicate positive test, no clumping indicate negative test. VDRL test is flocculation reaction. Venereal disease research laboratory test, VDRL is a flocculation reaction. Floccules are suspended in the fluid. Quantitative test is carried out on a special VDRL slide with wells. Test serum is diluted by two-fold dilutions from 1/2 to 1/256 or more. Positive and negative controls are set up for comparison. Negative control is set up by taking the saline. Positive control is set up by taking positive control serum supplied with the kit in a well. All the wells are test serum, diluted test serum wells. Positive and negative control wells are added with cardiolipin antigen supplied with the kit. Then the slide is rotated for few minutes and the contents are well mixed. Then the wells are examined for flocculation. If floccules are formed, that indicate positive test. No floccules, negative test. Antibody titer can be determined by examining the highest dilution showing the flocculation. Reciprocal of highest dilution showing flocculation gives the titer value. The flocculation is read under low power microscope 10x. Another example to the serological test is Vidal test. Vidal test is used to diagnose typhoid and paratyphoid diseases caused by Salmonella enterica, earlier known as Salmonella typhi and Salmonella paratyphi. Vidal test is a agglutination reaction. Salmonella antibody starts appearing in serum at the end of first week after infection and titer value rises during the third week of enteric fever. It is preferable to test 2 specimens of sera an interval of 7 to 10 days to demonstrate rising of antibody titer during Salmonella infection. This test is carried by making the serial two-fold dilution of test serum in normal saline. Dilutions are prepared from 1/20 to 1/1280 in small cubes. Dilutions are prepared in 4 sets. Dreyer's tubes, they contain conical bottom for H antigens and Felix tubes contain sharp round bottom tubes for O antigens. 3 sets of Felix tubes, 1 set of Dreyer's tube, 3 sets of Dreyer's tubes and 1 set of Felix tubes are used for Vidal test. Dreyer's tubes for 3 types of H antigens and Felix tube for O antigen. To all these 4 sets of dilutions, antigens are added. H antigens, Salmonella typhi flagellar antigen is added to 1 set. AH, Salmonella paratyphi flagellar antigen A. BH, Salmonella paratyphi flagellar antigen, Salmonella paratyphi B flagellar antigen is added to other set. O antigen, which is common to Salmonella typhi and paratyphi, is added to other set. Positive control is also set up with positive control serum supplied with kit. Negative control is set up by taking the saline. All the 4 sets after adding antigen, all the 4 sets are thoroughly mixed and incubated at 37 degrees centigrade for overnight. After incubation, the tubes are examined for agglutination. H antigens produce cotton fiber-like agglutination, whereas O antigen produce chalky granular agglutination. So, highest dilution showing the agglutination is determined. Reciprocal of highest dilution showing agglutination gives the titer value. No agglutination in all tubes indicate negative test. Agglutination in H and O antigen added dilutions indicate Salmonella typhi infection. Agglutination in AH and O antigen added dilutions indicate Salmonella paratyphi A infection. Agglutination in BH and O antigen added dilutions indicate Salmonella paratyphi B infection. 1/100 or more for O antigens, 1/200 or more for H antigens signifies active infection. Vidal test is also carried on slide. It is qualitative test. For qualitative test, 4 drops of test serum is placed on 4 separate areas and 1 negative control serum, that is saline, a drop of saline is placed in another place. Positive control serum is placed in other circle. So to all the 6 drops in circles, antigen is added, either flagellar antigens. So to the first drop, O antigen is added. To the second test serum drop, H antigen is added. To the third drop, AH antigen is added. To the fourth drop, BH antigen is added. To the negative control and positive control, any one of that antigen, either flagellar antigen or O antigen is added and mixed. It is examined for agglutination. If agglutination in O and H, Salmonella typhi infection. If agglutination in AH and O, it indicates Salmonella paratyphi A infection. If agglutination in BH and O, that indicate Salmonella paratyphi B infection. Passive latex agglutination tests are rapidly used for diagnosis of different bacterial diseases. Passive latex agglutination tests are now widely used for diagnosis of various bacterial diseases. Rapid latex agglutination test provides a complete solution for differentiation and identification of different bacteria. For identification and differentiation of streptococci into Landsfield groups A, B, C, D, F and G, latex agglutination test is used. Group specific antigens are extracted from streptococcal isolate in a simple incubation step using kits. These antigens are then identified using polystyrene latex particles which have been coated with group specific antibodies. To the latex particles, extracted antigen from streptococcal isolate is added. Agglutination indicate positive test. By using this latex agglutination tests, one can identify the streptococcal isolate, whether it is group A streptococci or group B streptococci or group C or group D or group F or group G streptococci. Passive latex agglutination test is also used for identification of Campylobacter jejuni, polyvalent antisera raised against Campylobacter jejuni serotypes are coated on latex particles. These latex particles coated with antibody are available. To these latex particles, a suspension of Campylobacter isolate is mixed. Agglutination or clumping indicate positive test. By using this latex agglutination test, Campylobacter jejuni isolates are identified and serotypes are identified. Legionella pneumophila is the most common cause of Legionnaires disease. At present, there are 16 serogroups are present in Legionella pneumophila. These serogroups and Legionella pneumophila are identified by using passive latex agglutination test. Latex particles coated with specific immunoglobulins of 16 serogroups are available. To these latex particles coated with specific immunoglobulins, Legionella isolate is added and mixed, and then it is examined for agglutination. By using this agglutination test, Legionella pneumophila isolates are identified and Legionella pneumophila organism is confirmed by using passive latex agglutination test. Enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay, ELISA, generally used for diagnosis of viral diseases, but it is also used for diagnosis of bacterial diseases. ELISA is an analytical technique to detect the presence of an antigen or antibody produced against the pathogen in a given sample. It is used widely for clinical diagnosis and it is used for pathological studies. It is used even in quality control studies. ELISA is used for diagnosis of different bacterial diseases. There are several variations in ELISA, various types of ELISA. They are used for various applications. 5 types of variants have been developed in the ELISA. Direct ELISA, which is used for the detection of antigen. Indirect ELISA is used for detection of antibody produced against microbial pathogens in clinical specimens. Sandwich ELISA is used for identification of different antigens and different epitopes in the antigen. Competitive ELISA, it is used in quantifying the antigen and antibody. It is used as a quantitative test to measure the antigen or antibody. Multiplex ELISA is used in identification of multiple antigens and antibodies at a time. Direct ELISA. Direct ELISA is used to detect the. In direct ELISA, antigen is coated on the well, antibody enzyme conjugate is added, then substrate is added, colorless substrate is converted to colorful product. Color indicate positive test. Indirect ELISA. Indirect ELISA is used for detection of antibodies produced against antigens of microbial pathogen. It is used for detection of antibodies in the clinical specimen. Actually, microtiter wells are coated with antigen. To the microtiter wells, sample or specimen is added. If specimen contains antibodies attached to the well, then it is washed and it is treated with anti-human immunoglobulin antibody conjugated to enzyme. After incubation, it is washed with buffer. Then finally, colorless substrate is added. If the individual is suffering to infection, antibodies binds to antigen, anti-human immunoglobulin antibody enzyme conjugate will bind. If substrate is added, substrate is converted to colorful product by the enzyme. Color formation indicate positive test. By using indirect ELISA, antibodies formed against Brucella, Helicobacter pylori, Borrelia burgdorferi infections are detected. Sandwich ELISA, double antibody sandwich ELISA is used for detection of antigens present in clinical specimen. Antigens of Helicobacter pylori present in stool samples of the patients are detected by double antibody sandwich ELISA. Actually, microtiter wells are coated with antibodies. To these microtiter wells, stool sample of suspected patient is added. If the patient is suffering to Helicobacter pylori infection, fecal sample contains Helicobacter pylori, antigen binds to the antibody. After washing with buffer, enzyme labeled antibody is added. Enzyme labeled antibody binds to the antigen. Then it is washed with buffer. It is treated with the colorless substrate. Colorless substrate is added. If the individual is suffering to infection, Helicobacter pylori infection, Helicobacter pylori antigen is attached to the antibody. Antigen is sandwiched between the two antibodies, primary antibody and secondary enzyme labeled antibody, and enzyme converts the colorless substrate into colorful product. Color indicate positive test. Western blot is other important serological test used for diagnosis of bacterial diseases. How the Western blot is carried out? In the first step, antigens of bacterial pathogen is separated on SDS page. Sodium dodecyl sulfate polyacrylamide gel electrophoresis. Then these antigens after separation blotted onto nitrocellulose filter paper. Then This filter paper is treated with sample, serum sample collected from the individual. If the individual is suffering to infection, sample contains antibody formed against the bacterial pathogen. This antibody binds to the antigens on the paper. After washing to remove the unbound antibody, the membrane is treated with the secondary antibody specific to the primary antibody. Secondary antibody is conjugated to the enzyme. Enzyme labeled anti-human immunoglobulin antibody is added and incubated for some time. After washing, again the membrane is treated with the substrate solution. Enzyme convert the substrate into colorful product. Development of colorful bands indicate positive test. No color bands indicate negative test. Using this Western blot, different bacterial infections are diagnosed. Borrelia burgdorferi is the causative agent of borreliosis or Lyme disease. So this particular pathogen can be detected by using the Western blot technique. Western blot technique is used to detect the immunodominant proteins of Borrelia burgdorferi, and this is widely used for diagnosis of Lyme disease caused by Borrelia. Rapid diagnostic tests and molecular tests are also used for diagnosis of bacterial diseases. Various molecular methods which are used for diagnosis of bacterial diseases include FAME, fatty acid analysis, where gas liquid chromatography is used. And not only that, other molecular methods used for diagnosis are PCR polymerase chain reaction, Southern blotting, ribosomal RNA sequence analysis, and certain other methods. Fatty acid methyl ester analysis is used in clinical public health laboratories for identification of bacterial pathogens. Bacteria synthesize wide variety of fatty acids, and fatty acids are constant and specific for a particular bacterial species. Identification of fatty acids present in a particular species that will give the identification of the bacterial pathogens. Commercial GC systems have been designed to separate cellular fatty acids and comparing them to fatty acid profiles of known organisms. Fatty acid profiles called FAME, fatty acid methyl ester, are used in clinical and public health laboratories for identification of bacterial pathogens in clinical laboratories. Flow cytometry is another technique, very powerful technique to identify the bacteria in sample without culturing the bacteria. The clinical sample, the fluid passing through a small orifice in the flow cytometry is illuminated by a laser that scatters the light, that provides the information about the cell size, shape, density and surface configuration of the pathogen. Fluorescent dye labeled antibodies against a specific bacterial pathogen are used to detect the bacteria in clinical samples. By using this technique, Listeria in milk and Listeria in clinical samples are detected. Southern blotting is one powerful technique for identification of the bacteria. Southern blotting is used for identification of bacteria. What is this technique? Genomic DNA is isolated from unknown bacteria isolated from clinical specimen. This DNA isolated from the unknown bacteria is cut with a restriction endonuclease. Restricted DNA suspension is electrophoresed in agarose gel. After electrophoresis, the DNA is blotted onto nitrocellulose paper. After alkali treatment, the paper is treated with specific radio-labeled probe of a suspected bacterial pathogen. Then the paper is placed on the X-ray film, and this X-ray film is placed in dark for some time. Then the X-ray film is developed. On the developed X-ray film, formation of bands indicate positive test. Using the specific radio labeled probes, the specific sequences in the DNA of bacterial pathogen are identified. When a bacterium cannot be cultured by conventional methods, it becomes some difficult to recognize the bacteria. However, there are some molecular methods to detect uncultured bacteria. Nucleic acid amplification tests, polymerase chain reaction can be used to increase the amount of microbial DNA to levels that can be detected by gel electrophoresis. Polymerase chain reaction, reverse transcription PCR, RTPs, real-time PCR methods are used for nucleic acid amplification. Primer specific for a particular bacterial pathogen is used for the amplification of the DNA. Whipple disease is a systemic disease most likely caused by a gram-positive non-culturable bacteria Trophirima whipplei. This was first identified by using polymerase chain reaction. PCR provides a reliable method for diagnosing bacterial diseases. PCR was used recently to identify tick-borne disease Ehrlichiosis caused by Ehrlichia chafiensis. DNA chips microarray is used to detect the bacterial pathogens. DNA chips or microarray is a rapid diagnosis test for identification of bacterial pathogens by identifying a gene that is unique to a bacterial pathogen. The DNA chip is composed of DNA probes. A sample containing DNA from unknown organism is labeled with fluorescent dye and added to chip. Hybridization between probe DNA and DNA in sample is detected by fluorescence. FISH, FISH, fluorescent in situ hybridization. This test is rapid test and mostly it is used. Fluorescent in situ hybridization, FISH. Fluorescent dye labeled RNA or DNA probes are used to specifically stain microorganisms in place in situ. Microbial cells, bacterial cells are treated with a specific probe. Probe enters into cells and reacts with target DNA. If cells appear with fluorescence under fluorescence microscope, indicate positive test. Using specific probes against suspected bacterial pathogen present in the clinical sample is identified. Ribosomal RNA sequencing. 16S ribosomal RNA sequences have been extensively used in classification and identification of prokaryotes, bacteria and archaea. The comparison of almost complete 16S ribosomal RNA gene sequences has been widely used to establish even taxonomic relationships between prokaryotic strains. 98.65% similarity currently recognized as the cutoff for delineating species. The comparison of 16S ribosomal RNA gene sequence of an isolate against sequences of type strains of all prokaryotic species provides an accurate and convenient method to routinely classify and identify prokaryotes. 16S ribosomal RNA gene sequencing is commonly used for identification and classification. It is also used for diagnosis of bacterial pathogens. Use of 16S ribosomal DNA sequencing in clinical microbiological laboratory for bacterial identification and detection of uncultivable bacteria and the diagnosis of culture negative infections. In many situations, such as diagnosis of bacterial culture negative infections and detection of uncultivable bacteria, this method is preferred. Many situations, 16S ribosomal DNA sequencing is the ultimate solution to identify the causative agents of infectious diseases caused by rarely encountered bacteria. For example, 16S ribosomal DNA sequencing cases of invasive Streptococcus ineae infections, which had previously reported rarely in North America, have been recognized in Asia. Using this technique, it is possible to identify thermotolerant Campylobacter fetus strains, an important causes of bacteremia in immunocompromised patients. Using this method, Francisella tularensis subspecies novicida was consistently misidentified twice as Neisseria meningitidis or Actinobacillus actinomycetecamidans was correctly recognized. Using phenotypic methods, Francisella tularensis subspecies novicida was misidentified as Neisseria meningitidis and Aminobacillus actinomycetecamidans. But using this 16S ribosomal DNA sequencing, Francisella tularensis subspecies novicida is absolutely 100% identified. So, the identification of rare bacteria and bacteria with ambiguous characteristics in clinical microbiology laboratories are identified by using ribosomal RNA sequencing. To identify slow growing bacteria such as mycobacteria, which take 6 to 8 weeks to grow in culture, for phenotypic tests are easily identified by using ribosomal RNA sequencing or ribosomal DNA sequencing. For a ribosomal DNA sequencing has been used for identification of mycobacterium species isolated from clinical specimens, making clinical diagnosis more rapid and guiding prompt antibiotic treatment to tuberculosis. Matrix assisted laser desorption ionization time of flight mass spectroscopy, MALDI-TOF-MS. This technique is used for diagnosis of bacterial diseases. Matrix assisted laser desorption ionization time of flight mass spectroscopy is a powerful technique. Within very short time, identification of bacteria is carried out in a single test. Actually, it is comparison and protein fingerprint obtained from microbial cells and comparing it with the database of reference spectra by means of the use of various algorithms integrated in systems. MALDI-TOF-MS introduced in 2000 is sensitive method for bacterial identification. High sensitivity and accuracy are the key characteristics that makes it a useful method for clinical relevance. Laser beam is focused onto the sample. So when the laser beam is focused, the proteins present in the bacterial pathogen, they are evaporated. So these proteins of the bacterial pathogen is identified and they are compared with the spectra. So these studies reveal the identification of the bacterial pathogen. MALDI studies revealed the significance in discriminating methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus from methicillin sensitive Staphylococcus aureus, and these studies also made the difference even in the different strains of Staphylococcus aureus and different strains and types of vancomycin resistant staphylococci, methicillin resistant staphylococci and methicillin sensitive staphylococci, and different strains of Staphylococcus aureus are discriminated and identified by using this technique. Thank you for watching and listening the video.